Yeah, you Vault Tech bastards. You'll find out if you've never played any Fallout games. I will explain some of the stuff in later videos about Vault Tech and all of their vaults and the messed up things they do. They are the definition of an evil corporation.
Step over to the table.
You'll need your suits before we can take you further.
Thanks. What now?
Just follow the doctor here. He'll show you where to go.
All right, you three. Follow me.
Yes, yes. Come on.
This is our new home.
Oh, you're gonna love it. This is one of our most advanced facilities. Not that the others aren't great, mind you. It's gone. Our home. Everything we had.
My mother and father down in D.C. Oh God, honey, what if they didn't make it? How long do you think we'll be down here?
Oh, we'll be going over all that in orientation. Just a few medical items we have to get through first.
Just checking everyone off the list as they come in.
Prepared for the future, right?
Yeah, one of the things I actually didn't like about this scene is it feels too crowded. Like, it feels like there's just too much going on. Although, I mean, I guess that does, again,
And put your vault suit on.
lend to your immersion factor. Is like, you know, in this kind of situation you'd be very panicked, there'd be a lot going on, but I mean there's just too many freaking conversations, too many dialogues,
Before we head deeper.
but you know, on the bright side, at least the dialogue is good, you know, most of the time in this game.
Resident secure. Occupant vitals normal. Procedure complete. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that is the explanation as to how you survive 200 years in the future without being a ghoul, which is kind of the premise of this game. Is you wake up 200 years later and you're like, oh my god, what happened? And then, you know, pretty much the main storyline opens up here with this character, and yeah.
This is the one. Here. Open it. Is it over? Are we okay?
Almost. Everything's gonna be fine.
No, I've got it.
And yeah, that bastard just shot your wife. What full of asshole. Yeah, so the first time I ever played through this, I actually felt that, like, emotional, like, oh my god, he shot my wife, what a fucking asshole. You know, that like really drew me into this whole vengeance quest. This dude, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna murderfy your brain place with all of my bullets. And so, you know, this really kind of grasped me in very quickly. Now, this gameplay I'm going to be going through a lot slower than I did my original game. I definitely was gunning through the main storyline, not really as fast as I could. You know, I did a lot of the exploring stuff, but this is going to be more, I'm going to go through every single inch of this game that I can. So be ready for the long hauls.
Come on, come on, come on. Oh, God!
Again, that really good dialogue of, like, panic.
I'll find who did this. And I'll get Sean back. I promise.
And now we are in the vault. We're actually in the game. You will find I actually pick up a lot of the crap in this game, because one of the things they implemented is a crafting system, and you'd be surprised how much you run out of useless stuff in this game. There seems like there's just never enough of it. because you use it in modding weapons, modding armor, building your settlements, which we'll get into a little bit. I'm not going to do a whole lot of settlement building in this video set, but you know, I'll touch base on it. Nice little thing is you can kind of go through these security terminals, and it'll kind of explain a little bit of what happened throughout a lot of this stuff, like, you know, the Vault Tech plans and what security staff orders are. They are very interesting because like a lot of these vaults, the people just outright followed orders, which is a very interesting like test that they had. There's another vault in another game where they essentially have the lottery. They play that book out, the lottery, where every year people have to be sacrificed to this, like, you know, death hole thing, and if they aren't, the vault tells them that they'll stop getting oxygen, they'll stop getting water, they'll stop getting food, things will get taken away every year they don't kill somebody. In actuality, the year that they don't kill somebody, the vault opens, which plays out very, very interestingly. Yeah, so that's pretty much all of the vaults are like these little weird screwed up studies through each vault. I'll kind of try to explain each of them.
Giant roaches?
Right? Right, buddy? It's not a pleasant thing to wake up to in any situation, giant or not. Again, looting all my crap, looting all my stuff. I am going to try to go through most of these terminals, kind of. Oh, right, Red Menace. Yeah. Another thing they added into this, which is right there, they added in little mini games that you can actually play on your Pip-Boy app. I am not using a Pip-Boy app for this, but yeah. That's a whole lot of nonsense. Or is it? That's always the interesting thing, is admittedly, I don't know everything about these vaults. There are some people who dig really deep into the backstory of vaults, and to how, like, every single bit of information you can find in terminals or, like, stuff scrawled across the wall actually all means stuff, and a lot of it's very fascinating. I don't think the developers confirm any of it, but yeah, no, it's a very interesting mystery side of this game if you choose to play it like that, you know, figuring out what actually happened. I'm pretty sure this is Vault 111 is just one of the botched vaults where people, like, you know, eventually revolted and broke free, or just all died. And then those characters you met a few minutes ago, who one of them shot my wife, he just happened to be one of the people who you know, that group happens to come across this vault and then uses it because one of the big things is finding unmutated or unradiated people.
Nice.
Is really rough. There is a bug to get this in this game, like really, really early, because you're supposed to come back for it. If you bring dog meat down here, the dog will meet later. He can actually grab it out of that case and just hand it to you. But in this game, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna use any of those weird, like, glitches to cheese to get early stuff, because that's no fun. That's practically cheating. Then we got one last terminal in here before we can actually break out. And then, yeah, the Overseer instructions are usually the things that tell you the most about this. So the idea of this vault was to see how long you could keep people under cryo Um, Oops, wrong button. Yeah, and then it talks about the weaponized cryo technology. Yeah, this, yep, I remembered correctly. This place mutinied eventually. Um, and then, you know, people just didn't make it out. People didn't live. Yeah, if I remember correctly, the vault door in here is still sealed. I'm not going to be using a gun for these. Yeah, so one of the things I do is early on, pretty much all weapons are made equally, because you don't have any of the talents to make weapons better. So I usually just run melee weapons, because I'm kind of a hoarder when it comes to bullets. I try not to expend ammo, especially early. I have this theory, which I'll actually be showing or breaking down a little. Is kind of this metagaming outside of the RPG element, statistical math crap that I think helps me out a lot in this game. Is I try to maximize damage per bullet. You know, it's one of the reasons I don't use automatic weapons. Yes, automatic weapons will pump out damage very quickly, but it is not the economy for, you know, damage per shot. One of the reasons I love shotguns so much is because their damage per shot is ridiculous. You know, for most of the game you can one-shot stuff. And, you know, just pillaging Pit-Boys off of dead bodies. Let's do this. Actually, a lot of this game is just, you know, stealing shit from dead people. It's kind of morbid like that. And we're up and running. This is how you actually open and close vaults, is by having a Pit-Boy. It's one of the reasons why a lot of factions like Raiders and you know, ghouls and stuff like that can't actually get into vaults, is because they don't have a Pit-Boy that allows them to do this, which is jacking into it and actually opening it. Which is one of the interesting things, is later on you find more stuff where you can do all that. Boop, boop. Yeah, this scene was actually really cool the first time too. Like it with like the music and the opening of the vault was really cool. Very like heroic. Like, oh my god, we're actually gonna start this. Very, very hype worthy. I will say, I am running this game on actually decently low graphics settings. It's like on medium, and it still looks pretty decent. The only thing I dislike is I can show here the on lower graphics the hair looks awful. Like it looks like you can like see the lines, especially the facial hair. But you know, I play most of the game in first person, so I don't even notice most of the time. But you know, if you're one of those people who plays a game for the aesthetic look, it lacks that.